Man, talk about star power. I am now basking in it, but I got news for the three of you. I think you just took a backseat to this star right here.
Man.
Yeah. Hey, especially in the jewelry department, you guys can't compete.
And with that new song. That's good beat. That's good beat.
Thank you. Speaking of Lil Wayne, I know you're not the biggest Dallas Cowboy fan. I know what you always call them. You already did it once. I hope you don't do it again. So I'm going to start with you. How soon could you see Trey Lance starting at quarterback for my Dallas Cowboys?
One thing about, the season, everything's, people say anything's going to happen. No, everything is going to happen.
Right.
Everything is going to happen. Dak is going to struggle. That's going to happen. People is going to call for, for Cooper, are going to call for Trey. All that's going to happen. One thing that's also going to happen is Jerry Jones is going to be Jerry Jones. And Jerry's solid, man. Jerry, he going to say this, but he still stick with who he going to stick with. And I think Dak going to be all right. I don't think Trey going to even see the field.
Ever?
I mean, this season, unless it's an injury or something like that.
Could you see it in the long run?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, the long run, yes. Today, no. Tomorrow, yeah. Right? I mean, you're talking about, first he's got to get past Cooper Rush, who's sitting at the 2 spot, right? He's quarterback 2.
No doubt.
So now you got to get past, he's got to get active. So once that happens, now the struggling part, they're not going away from Dak. Dak can throw 10,000 interceptions, they're not going to go away from him.
Why you gotta say it like that? Dak ain't gonna throw 2,000.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying. He just, he can turn the ball over. He can struggle. He can have a bad year. They're not going to go away from him.
Right. Not this year, because he gives him the best opportunity.
Yes.
And now next year, he'll still give him the best opportunity.
Well,
the year after that, he'll give him the best opportunity. I got 3 eyes. I got 3 in my name, 5 eyes total, 2 in my head. I don't see Trey Lance coming up to play football for the Dallas Cowboys on the football field in serious games for the next 3 years.
I'm not going to say that, though.
3 years.
Here's why I say.
Now, in 3 years, Dak's injuries may start playing a toll on him, paying a toll, and we'll get a chance to get him some real action.
The man misses games every single year.
Yes.
So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
But for the next 2, we're gonna rush Cooper in the game.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, playmaker. Skip, you know this. If for some weird reason they don't get to the NFC Championship game and Jerry pulls the plug, or Mike McCarthy, whoever it is, whether it's Dan Quinn saying, you know what, I'm gonna take that job somewhere else and I'm not gonna stay in Dallas. Whoever the new head coach is going to be, he's not going to allow Dak Prescott the same rope that Mike McCarthy and Jerry gave him. That clock is starting all over again. I didn't draft you. You're not my guy. I can't win with you, but I'm going to give you opportunity and chance. And if he struggles that next year, or he gets hurt that next year, and then all of a sudden Trey Lance is slid into that position, all hell gonna break loose, Mike. I'm just telling you.
It's not gonna happen like that, because what's not gonna happen is Jerry's not going anywhere. And to Wayne's point, Jerry is loyal. And playmaker, you can attest to this. Jerry is loyal to a fault. He will be loyal. He was loyal.
Wait a second. He took one look at Dak Prescott and said, "Tony, you're done."
That's why I said
no. He's loyal. He was loyal to Zeke when it was past the time to be loyal. And he rolled him all the way out like he should have. That's loyalty. He's doing that the same way to Dak. Right. I don't see a path for Trey Lance to have success. He's going to take scout team reps. He's going to be throwing it to the defense, a great defense. He's going to have bad reps. He's going to have preseason, only his live reps. It'll be his 8th, 9th game, 10th game in the league next year. If he plays meaningful snaps, those are the only. Where do you get confidence?
What if he come in and since we see how Diggs and them talking to Dak, what if he come in and Diggs and them rock with him more? And what if it's the locker room?
That can happen.
What about that?
No.
You just don't see it.
Listen to what we're saying. It's as if, and it's as if we think Trey's stepping out of that 49er uniform and just going to step into the Cowboy uniform and be somebody different. What you've seen in the 49ers uniform doesn't say he gets on the field in the Dallas Cowboys uniform. So let's stop how you guys all of a sudden now putting him on the field and playing well enough to get Dak off the field. That's not happening.
I'm not, but y'all going to be paying him millions of dollars to not be on the field.
Yeah,
So at a point, it's going to be
backup quarterback money is very good money, but you still gonna be sitting your butt on that pine.
Okay,
while
but
Dak
time
is
out.
playing
Speaking of
quarterback.
money, are you ready to give Dak 4 more years? Because he wants them.
What?
Let me say this right. Absolutely. I'm ready to give him 4 more years.
You are?
Absolutely. Until you can get me somebody in here that can give me back-to-back 12-win seasons.
Okay.
I'm keeping Dak
And
in
you
here.
want to go one and done and
Absolutely.
one and done? What was your
divisional
line?
and done.
Divisional.
Divisional.
Come on.
I heard it too early,
I'd rather get to the division round and have a chance than not get there at all. And we think just because you take Dak off the field, whoever you put on the field is going to be able to play well. And that's not true. Y'all haven't seen anything Trey did on the football field that says he will take that job in the next. So why all of a sudden are you giving it to him in 2 years?
Playmaker, I haven't, but I know that league. And I know what the league does, and I know how they think. When they got something that they like, and then there's something that's there that's not giving them what they want, you know good and well they'll make that move if it's necessary. You know they will.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't know.
Yes,
The
you do.
quarterback position is different, guys. You don't. Hey, listen, we got a guy. We got to play. You put him in. You don't do that. The whole team will see that.
Okay.
You may hire a guard. You can hire a defensive.
We're not talking about this year. We're not talking about this year.
You can't do that.
We're
This
not
kid
talking about
will
this
not
year.
be on the football field for the next 2 years.
I'm
for
going to
the
say
Dallas
this one
Cowboys.
last time. I believe that the Trey Lance I looked at before his draft has a higher ceiling than Dak Prescott. Will he ever be able to reach it with reps? I don't know. It's a conundrum to me. How do you get him ready to be better than Dak Prescott?
How do you get him back having the confidence in himself when Mr. Irrelevant sent him out of San Fran, and then Sam Darnold, who everybody got rid of, sent him out. It's about getting his confidence
Hold
back.
that
and that's
thought
gonna take
because
time.
we're going to come right back in just a moment here, and each of us will share what our favorite moment or least favorite moment was on opening day of the new Undisputed.
Won't back down, won't back down, won't back down.
I mean, at Trey, I love what we got in Trey. I love what Trey gonna bring, and I think Trey's gonna do great in Dallas because that stuff in San Francisco a whole different league. That offense is a whole different offense. It's a hard offense. I couldn't learn that offense. I hated that offense, and I had to play it. Every year during in the Pro Bowl because after we tapped that butt of San Fran, they were the coaches in this Pro Bowl. So I had to always run their offense. I hated their offense. I still don't know their offense. It was so hard. Did y'all see that play where they showed Tua and he named that play? Did y'all hear all that rhetoric come out of his mouth? Now I was in the huddle. I heard. What do I run? I didn't even know what to run. It's so hard. So when I say to Trey, yes, that was a difficult offense. And I understand you couldn't get that offense. I'm not saying he can't pick it up because I'm not calling myself dumb that I couldn't pick it up. I couldn't pick it up. Troy would call a play and look at me and say 3-route, Mike. I said, okay. And then he'll call a play and look at me and say 5-route, Mike. Okay, 7-route, Mike. I won the MVP like that. But I ain't no damn play in that huddle. So Trey, I know how tough that is. This offense is going to be perfect for him.
Yeah, but
this is a more simplified offense. It's going to be perfect. I give him 2 years in this offense, he'll be ready to make some noise.
But look, man, we talking about a threat to him. I understand.
He's not a threat.
But I understand
threat.
we don't want it to be a threat. All I'm saying to you, Michael, and you, Sherman, is that when you take a guy on a flyer as a 4th-round pick, give up a 4th-round pick for him, you give him opportunity to learn, just like you say.
Right.
He's going to learn the system. But if something were to happen to Dak at some point in time along the way, and that young man, even though you say he hadn't done anything, he really hadn't because he hadn't had the opportunity. His butt's been hurt. But if he stays healthy and all of a sudden that light turns on, you can't tell me that Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy, and I'm not talking about this year, maybe it's next year, maybe it's the year after, when he maybe does one of those Jordan Love type deals. They don't pick up the option. Now all of a sudden he gets high paid backup money, and you insert him into the lineup if something was to happen to Dak. So let's not just say it's not a threat. It's certainly a threat.
It's definitely
a threat.
It's definitely insurance. It's definitely insurance.
Yes.
And in order for a
Insurance
guy,
is not a threat. It's so good to get. Wait, I'm missing something.
Time out. It is
Insurance
my
is a good
turn. I need him to be a threat to my quarterback, because where you and I go like this is I am not sold on Dak Prescott. I have seen a whole lot of Dak Prescott, and I have seen enough. I don't need a backup because we have the best backup in the National Football League, and it ain't even close. I need a starter at some point down the line, but I'm not sure how to get from point A to point B.
I just told you.
Okay, here's the point. Before Trey Lance was drafted, I sat right here at this desk and I said, I would plunge for that kid. I said, he'll be at least as good as Trevor Lawrence. I said, he'll be better than Zach Wilson, who went obviously second overall. I said, he'll be better than Justin Fields, who went 11th overall. He'll be way better than Mac Jones, who went 15th to Belichick. And what happened? You know Kyle Shanahan very well because you played for him. I'm going to say that two of the greatest offensive minds in the history of this game are Kyle and his father, Mike Shanahan. Can we agree on that? Those two put their heads together, and they looked deep into this kid, albeit at North Dakota State, and they said, you know what? He is so good. We are going to bet the ranch on him. We're going to bet the future. We're going